Nevada's clearance for thousands of robotaxis gives Tesla its clearest path yet to scale an unsupervised fleet beyond California. This is Tesla Shorts Time, episode 579. Nevada regulators approved a large expansion of Tesla's robotaxi operations across the county. The permit allows more vehicles and broader geographic coverage than the prior limited authorization. Tesla outlined plans for additional mission control centers during the hearing. The approval gives the company its largest single market footprint for driverless testing to date. Next steps include scaling the fleet size while maintaining the safety record required by the state. While autonomy efforts advance in the US, Tesla is also making structural changes to its energy products. Tesla has halted solar roof tile production and will emphasize standard solar panels instead. The move follows years of slower than expected tile output and higher costs per watt. Panels paired with Powerwall remain available and easier to install at scale. Existing solar roof commitments will be completed, but new orders will route to the panel offering. The change frees manufacturing capacity for higher volume energy products. The first principles segment examines why this decision aligns with Tesla Energy's broader economics. Solar roof economics hinged on whether integrated tiles could ever match the installed cost of conventional panels plus separate roofing labor. The data showed they could not. Tile production required custom manufacturing lines that never reached the volume needed to amortize tooling, while installation still demanded skilled roofers who charged market rates for complex work. Standard panels, by contrast, use commodity supply chains and simpler mounting hardware that contractors already know how to price. That gap matters because Tesla Energy's residential margin story depends on attach rates between generation and storage. When the higher-priced roof option slows adoption, fewer homes add a Powerwall at the same time. The decision to exit tiles therefore protects the core economics of the storage business, rather than defending a differentiated hardware line that could not scale. With solar strategy clarified, attention turns to Tesla's other energy and vehicle products entering new markets. Tesla confirmed the Semi will reach European markets with a planned reveal at the IAA Transportation Show. European homologation work has been underway for several years. The truck will face different weight and range regulations than in the US. Early fleet interest has come from operators already running megapacks for depot charging. Production allocation for Europe remains tied to overall Semi ramp rates at Giga Nevada. Energy storage growth is also drawing investor attention beyond vehicles. Stanley Druckenmiller's position in Tesla appears tied more to energy storage growth than to autonomy or robotics. The filing highlights megapack deployments and grid-scale demand as the core attraction. This framing separates Tesla Energy margins from the longer timelines attached to Cybercab or Optimus. Investors tracking the position will watch quarterly energy deployment numbers for confirmation. The thesis rests on utility and commercial customers rather than consumer vehicle sales. On the autonomy side, regulatory filings continue in other regions. Tesla filed for a vehicle operator role in Singapore as part of FSD preparations. The step signals intent to meet local regulatory requirements before any supervised rollout. Singapore's dense urban environment would test the system differently from US suburbs. The filing does not include a launch date. Regulators there have not yet indicated a timeline for approval. Meanwhile, real-world solar plus storage results continue to emerge in varied climates. Tesla opened a new Megacharger station in Vernon, California. The site supports high-power charging for the Semi and other commercial vehicles. This adds to the network needed for early fleet deployments on the West Coast. The location sits near industrial corridors where Tesla has targeted initial Semi customers. Watch for utilization data once the station logs its first months of operation. A Pittsburgh installation achieved payback in under 5 years despite frequent cloud cover. The result came from pairing panels with a Powerwall and local net metering rules. Homeowners in similar climates now have fresh data on real-world returns. The case shows how storage changes the economics even where irradiance is modest. Follow-up reports from the same owner could confirm whether seasonal swings match the initial projection. Tesla confirmed it is deliberately slowing Model Y robotaxi conversions to focus resources on the dedicated Cybercab. The decision follows internal testing that showed purpose-built hardware reduces complexity. Model Y vehicles already in the fleet will continue supervised FSD service. The shift aligns with earlier statements that Cybercab production will begin before any large-scale Model Y robotaxi program. Next data point will be Cybercab build rate updates later this year. A review of Powerwall 3 economics in the UK weighs installation costs against time-of-use tariffs and export payments. The analysis includes real-world data from homes that added solar at the same time. Payback periods vary with local incentives and grid export rates. The piece notes that software features for virtual power plants could improve returns if more aggregators sign up. UK homeowners considering the unit will need current tariff details to run their own numbers. Ross Gerber cited a JP Morgan note when questioning whether current FSD hardware can reach unsupervised performance. He pointed to ongoing regulatory scrutiny and the gap between marketing claims and delivered capability. The comments come after Tesla described version 15 as a step change. Gerber's position has been consistent in public statements over the past year. Investors will watch whether other large holders echo the concern ahead of the next earnings call. Tesla has begun integrating the Daobao large language model into vehicles sold in China. The model handles conversational voice interactions and some navigation assistance. It runs locally on vehicle hardware rather than requiring constant cloud calls. The move follows earlier localization efforts for the China market. Drivers in that region will see the feature in upcoming software releases. Adam announced it is working with LS Automotive on a slimmer ICCU design for the Cybertruck. The project targets reduced weight and improved thermal performance in the power electronics. Both companies bring automotive-grade manufacturing experience to the effort. The work could affect future Cybertruck variants and other high-power vehicles. Production timing remains tied to component validation schedules. Selkirk released an Aurum pickleball paddle finished in gold tones that match the Cybercab exterior. The paddle carries Tesla branding and is sold through the Not a Tesla app store. It represents one of the first consumer products tied directly to the robotaxi design language. Early sales figures will show whether the crossover appeal extends beyond core Tesla owners. The item ships immediately. Franz von Holzhausen delivered the first Model S Plaid Signature Edition to Unplugged Performance for inspection. The visit was not for performance modifications, but to study aftermarket fitment and finish quality. The car remains in original specification. The move gives aftermarket suppliers direct feedback from Tesla's design leadership. Similar inspections could influence future accessory compatibility. There is a challenge worth discussing. Tesla has stopped producing solar roof tiles after determining the product could not reach competitive cost per watt at scale. The company will complete current commitments but will steer new customers towards standard panels plus Powerwall. The move frees factory capacity yet leaves a gap in the premium integrated roof segment where competitors continue to compete. Future solar growth now rests on faster panel plus storage attach rates rather than tile differentiation. Before we go, the Nevada approval sets up fleet scaling questions that will surface in coming regulatory updates. And that's a wrap on today's Tesla news. TSLA closed at $345.13, down $5.99, 1.7%. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating or review. It genuinely helps other Tesla fans find us. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. See you tomorrow. One more thing. If you liked today's episode, our sister show, Fascinating Frontiers, is worth a spot in your feed. The most fascinating news from space and science. It's one of the NERA Network's daily briefings, all free at neranetwork.com. The Do Positive Pod is the club for people who do something about it. Episodes and the dispatch wall at neranetwork.com/thedppod. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.